Hey guys, it's me, Ria. Hopping on to do some readings today, to deliver a message and some readings. We'll just give it a second, see if anyone wants to hop on. I know it's Saturday. It's probably getting supper time. I thought I would hop on. See if anyone comes on. I'll deliver a collective message and then I'll do some personals if anyone is out there. Let's see here. Just waiting for some people. Waiting for some beings of light. Just doing a little shuffling. I'll do a collective reading. Oops. Oops. Oh, shit. Did I just delete it? Oh, no, I didn't. Oh, God, where am I? Oh, sorry. I lost myself. Hey, guys. Thank you for joining. Yo, Chris. Mr. Neutrality. Magnum. Magnum PI. Edgar Casey. Energy. Please share out, guys, if you don't mind. You know me, I just kind of pop on and I don't have my computer to share out. And let me know if you can hear me okay. Let me know if you can hear me. And if you don't mind sharing out, I'm going to deliver a collective message and also privates by open donation. Unless you're part of the Master Light Blaster group, unless you're part of the Masters group, then if you guys want a message here, I can do that as well. Audio's fine. Thank you, Tristan. Thank you for the affirmations. Greetings and blessings. Thank you, guys. Hey, Tamara. Hey. So I'm going to do a collective message here. Oh, that's weird. My headphones just did something weird when I saw Tamara. Oh, it says connected. That's weird, Tamara. Are you having any ear problems or like ringing or I didn't hear a ringing, but it was like a no. All of a sudden, what it felt like is I shifted a dimension. So I don't know if you're feeling some fluctuations in energies. Namaste, Gina Palazzo, beautiful Earth Angel. It was just kind of weird. So, I got to share something with you guys that happened to me last night when I was going to bed. Hold on here. I'll wait for a few more people. I'm just shuffling the cards for the collective message. And I kind of wanted to talk about what we were talking about over in the Masters group about the artificial intelligent images and stuff. And I know, Chris, that you're a pro at that kind of stuff. So I found it funny that you didn't have any opinion on that, because I'm like, oh, if anyone has an opinion, I would think it would be Chris, because I know you're a artificial intelligent artist. And so I just wanted to talk about that a little bit, see what else comes through. I'm feeling high vibrations last couple of days. Yeah. So Tamara, so as soon as I looked at your name, that's when I felt it. I felt like almost like all of a sudden, like I was in a time capsule and the door shut, and I felt like all of a sudden like I was somewhere else. So that's kind of what it was feeling. Oh, and a lot of times before I come live, I'll grab something that I feel, usually it's a heart of some sort or a little crystal. Whoops, there's a heart. And today I grabbed this, and it's like coral. Well, it's coral from the beach, but to me it looks like a bunch of different portals. You can see a little face there. But to me, when I first picked it up, I felt it was galactic. So I feel like galactic energies are coming through today. So I did pull the galactic deck, but I love this coral because in that coral, you see like all these little shells and all these holes, and it's so porous, and it's so, my cheeks are red from yesterday in the sun. We actually had a sunny day. A little bit of a teeny bit of a sunburn, I think. But all of these portals, to me, it looks like all of this information available to us and that we're opening up to. So Tamara, when you said your vibration is really high and you're really feeling high frequencies, I'm feeling that all of a sudden, like all of a sudden I feel like this little piece of coral, like electrified. I feel electrified, and like my being, my energetic state is actually holding all of these openings in it. It's weird because all of a sudden I feel like hyped up soon as I start seeing you guys. So I'm feeling that you guys are all channeling and opening up to and you always are, but you know, especially feeling extra high vibe and have what spirit is saying is you've turned the key and unlocked some portals that were otherwise closed off to you. So all these little portals, it's like they're saying you've opened up a key and unlocked the door and you've stepped into another dimension, another portal, another dimension, another timeline that is available to you now because you have shifted. You shifted that vibration. And oh my God, that was such a, I don't know if you guys from the Masters group saw that video that Christy posted of the guy who was experimenting with the speaker and had these frequencies, and it opened up the portal of Sedona right before him. That was so freaky. Like, I really want to believe that that happened, and I feel it did. But it was amazing. I don't know if you saw that yet, Chris and Gina, because it kind of Christy posted it in the Masters, and it kind of goes with what you guys have been experimenting with remote viewing, astral projecting, time traveling, whatever you're doing there with the magnetics, and it feels like something that's what you guys could accomplish. So anyways, portals, unlimited portals opening up for us. This is what spirit had me grab, and I'm using it as my ground for today. Even though it seems like it wouldn't be grounded because you think of portals outside of you and frequencies and energy, but this is a solid form, I believe, of our multidimensional self in the present, grounding that energy. And I always go like this, like it's outside of us, but everything is within us. So it's this and that. It's within us, but it's extending out. And then we get that outer reflection. Then we bring it back in. And that's the topic of today. It's all about love. Yes, it's all love. Love is the only truth, guys. It is the only truth. And all of you guys are master light blasters, beings of light, white way showers, light showers, however you want to say it. You're living with an intentional focus to bring forth that energy and to embody it and illuminate it and to feel that projection of it. I mean, to live it through the physical experience. And where was I going with this? I hear background people talking. So it's all love. So what we're doing is we are all, through our love and through our light and through raising our frequency and our vibration, we are clearing the distortions, the limitations, anything that was diluting our love. But we also came for that as well. So I'm not into conspiracy and thinking that, you know, we did it. We came for this experience. Even in a conspiratic theory, we at a soul's level chose to play out these energies. And so that brings a topic that I wanted to talk about. Hold on here. Yes, I had a dream, as you are aware, of Hawk and a Stargate last night. Haven't seen it. Yeah, it was real. Chris, you would love it. Okay, Chris, I know you would love it. You've got like Atlantean energy also. I'm just feeling, I'm looking at you, and now I'm getting all of the vibrations in my body as affirmation. And you've got a lot of Atlantean energy in you. That time of technology, high frequencies, really I'm going to use, just for lack of a better term, smart, intelligent technology, all of that kind of stuff. And that makes sense because you're into AI art as well. And now you're experimenting with the magnetics and all of that stuff. So what I wanted to first share is my experience last night as I was going to bed. It freaked me out a little bit at a physical level because I had a moment where I thought, oh my God, am I in my body? and I never went to sleep. I wasn't asleep or anything. I was just like in my body and listening to some YouTube stuff in my body. Hopefully, it was in my body. And all of a sudden, I had a wicked, weird sensation come over me. And I was a little bit scared because I felt like I wasn't in the physical, but I'm like, oh my God, did I just leave? Like, what's the word? And I thought of you, Chris, afterwards, because I know that that's what you and Gina are experimenting with, leaving your body. Um, I'm like, "Oh my god, did I die? Did I just," and I literally thought, "Oh my god, am I in transition?" It was a weird feeling. And that was only for a second, and then I made myself get up and I went and had a couple bowls of cereal because I felt like I needed to ground, and like eating gives me that grounding sensation, like even after a live or when my energy's all whatever, I eat to ground kind of, and it puts you in that physical. But it was really weird, and I know that, it's nothing to be afraid of, but the human part of me was like, "Whoa, what's going on here? Am I a lot?" And I just wasn't a normal state. I, didn't drink or take any medicine or anything like that. I literally felt like I was separated from my body. Like, the best way to describe it is if any of you guys saw the Scarlett Johansson movie, which I was really talking about a lot, and Chris, you would like this movie as well. Chris, if you have not seen the movie Lucy with Scarlett Johansson, and you probably have, watch it. I just know you'll like it. And so it was when she dissipated in her consciousness through that pill or those drugs, made her everything all at once. It was so amazing. It made her consciousness, she was everywhere all at once. And that was what I felt like for a second until I pulled myself back in and said, holy shit, get back in your body, or like contain, because it was just a weird sensation. And our bodies aren't used to that. So that was the first thing I wanted to just wanted to mention. Chris Tucker, I have not posted the Hawk Oracle. I just finished it yet. Spirit will let me know when to post. I will share it with you. Is it an oracle on him? Just curious. Gina, oh my Lord, have mercy. Gina is the Oracle Art Master. So Chris is the AI Master, and Gina is the Windows to Heaven Master. But it's all heaven. It's all an expression from us. Like, she draws these oracle paintings that represent people, and she's just like represents their like spiritual energy, and I just love it. Or a timeline that she's connected to with us. It's so amazing. As I see everything in love, I can see through my imagination and what it's doing. Yes. Hey, Brian, good to see you. Chris Tucker, who? Oh, I'm not sure what you're referring to. So, my topic is, and then I want to do a collective reading for all of us, how it pertains to us. And you guys, like always, resonate and discern the energy as it should. If you if you are here and you are watching now or later, there's a message here for you if you feel drawn to watch. And we are always reflecting energies of one another through each other. So if we're God source energy and we're creating our hologram and life is always working for us, then everything is created for us by us. And I'm just the open receptor. I'm just the channel. I'm just that portal. And my messages will change, obviously, depending on who's there, because it's a collective energy we're pulling in together, whether it's this group or another group, and we're reflecting perspectives of one another. So even when I do readings, say Brian, I did a reading for Brian, he would be holding a perception for us and information that we're all gaining that we might be subconscious of, or some information that just needs to get our attention, but we're still doing that. We're still bringing it forth through one another, through whatever we're experiencing in life, relationships, jobs, whatever it is before us. So what I wanted to talk about just really, really, really quick, and I loved, Chris, the way you said that you were neutral about the subject matter I'm talking about, because I tend to get really strong and really, really passionate. And then that makes me question, well, maybe I need not be passionate. Maybe I need to just be more baseline. But, those things that you're passionate about, accept it and love it, because it's part of who you are. And it's a high stream of consciousness. You're passionate about it. There's something there for you to get or gain or learn or whatever. So they always say it's good to just be that observer. and be neutral, and then you can create space. You're not charging a certain energy, or you're not swinging the pendulum too far. So it's good when you are neutral and just observing. So it's about artificial intelligence, and there was this beautiful picture of some crystals done with artificial intelligence, and you guys have probably seen it on Facebook. It was beautiful. When I looked at it and I said, "Oh my God, those are the most beautiful crystals I've ever seen." And there was some comments under that post, and that person was just sharing what they found beautiful to be light codes. And someone else posted saying, "This is dead energy. It has no soul, and it is not like organic, or it's not giving you any activations or charge because it's artificial intelligence." And I found that just, I thought it was an interesting thing to ponder. Does it have a soul, and is it any less activating than this or this or whatever I got going on here? This heart, it's like um, stones and Mother Earth and organic, we think are activating us. But how do you feel about artificial intelligence? And I actually I looked it up because I didn't know if I was misunderstanding artificial intelligence. And Chris, you clear me up here, because he does beautiful, Chris Tucker here on the comments, does beautiful artificial intelligence. I love it. And I did a video or a live on artificial intelligence a while back, even before I saw that post, that how I perceive artificial intelligence, the clarity, the intensity of the colors, um, the vibrancy, and how they appear really alive and multidimensional. To me, I took it as the manifestation of our sight opening up. They say as we become more godlike and embody more light and merge more with our innate self, our God source energy, that things through our senses are going to be heightened, intensified. Food will taste better. The outside world will look better. They say there's colors in spirit world that we could never conceive in the physical, because our vibration is so limited. So how I thought it and just naturally channeled that about artificial intelligence is that it was a reflection and a manifestation of our heightened senses. As our frequency rises, we see things with greater intensity, love, beauty, illumination. So I did a message on that a while back, even before I saw this post. So like I said, the guy commented that has no soul and it has no activations, and pretty much kind of, to me, and how I saw his comment, was kind of downing it. And how I see it is it's taking sight to the next level. If we're multidimensional, aren't we going to be bringing in other information? And not only that, if we are God's source energy, living in a hologram, creating our reality through our energy and what we're allowing, everything outside of us in our hologram is us. It isn't us, and it is. It is a reflection of our energy. It is a manifestation of energy, frequencies, vibrations, what we're believing in, thoughts, all of it projected. So the way that I see artificial intelligence, or anything for that matter in life, is through the eyes of the beholder. Nothing has power or outside of us. Nothing has power over us outside of us. Nothing is doing it for us, whether it be a real rock or a painting done by artificial intelligence, or something put together through technology. And the way I see it is, we are God, the way I see it, and you don't have to take it this way, it's just food for thought. The way I see it is, if we're God's source energy and we're projecting that mirror outside of us, then obviously we're creating all of it, whether, oh yeah, that's what my point, whether it's a real rock in our hologram, whether it's an artwork, that is irrelevant. It is a projection and a manifestation of our energy, of what we're taking in, our beliefs, our thoughts, and all of it, for us to gain in the physical experience a reflection of us. And everything can be a tool. It can be a permission slip, as Bashar would say. Things are permission slips that bring a remembering or allow us to connect to ourself by using something outside of us, a tool, but everything is the eyes of the perceiver. Something could be thinking as bad, like, I'm just using this for an example. You guys know on Titanic, this is just recent in my thinking, because I my daughter has a very my first husband is very, very religious, and he thought that the movie Titanic shouldn't have showed a nude picture. And I remember having clients also discussing this way back when the Titanic was first out, and they thought it wasn't appropriate. And to me, it was beautiful. It was a beautiful body. We should be, it was beautiful. So it was in the eyes of the perceiver. Do you see your body as beautiful and the nakedness raw and individual and a piece of God, just, you know, uninhibited? Or do you see it as something evil? So that goes not just with a picture, not just with AI, not just with, and my daughter too, Chantel, she wears like all of these medallions and stuff, and he sees it as evil. Oh, you're not honoring God. That doesn't give you power. That's not protecting you. He sees it as evil, my ex-husband. And then Chantel sees it, oh, I just like it. It's beautiful. So it's not just AI, or it's not just a rock. It's not just a piece of jewelry. It's not just a cross. It is the meaning that we give it. We give it the meaning. We give it the definition. We have that power. So we're seeing it through our lens. And because we're God source energy, we get to decide what it means. Because literally nothing has meaning. It's just a hologram. It's energy vibrating. But we give it the awareness because we're God source energy. We are love and light. We give it that definition. So I guess this message is just how do you see those things in life, those projections? Do you deem them as evil? Do you deem them as worthless? Well, if that's the way you deem something or see it, that is what we are going to get from it. Or do you see life playing out in these higher frequencies, the crumbling of old systems to bring forth this beauty that's reflecting this new, not new, but this illuminated light that we're now allowing through us, all these portals and multidimensional selves. It is, everything is through the eyes of the beholder, and the beholder, how they are seeing through their eyes is going to be dependent on what they're believing, what they were taught, what's running in their subconscious programs, what they're still attached to. Because in reality, we're free, we're liberated. There are no solidity outside of us. We're creating that experience to have that play out as that game. We are love and light. Only, like Tamara said earlier, only love is, it's all love. It's all love. And in the past, we've been living in containers, limitations, through belief systems, paradigms, the collective, what we were taught, what we're holding on to multidimensionally at a subconscious level. They've all been there kind of constricting our flow. So before, maybe we were only getting this much information. Well, now we're allowing more and more and more of our light, and now we're opening up to this. And the more that we allow, the more we open up here to see from a broader perspective, to see from a higher frequency, to time shift, to time travel, to go in and out of dimensions and timelines. There's nothing to fear. Nothing is bad. It's all just experience. And we get to decide what that experience is. We get to decide it. That's just my take. And obviously, Spirit was coming through a lot there as well. Rainbow, good to see you, Rainbow. Fellow gem, crystal gem, you're a crystal gem. And even crystal, it's representing a frequency and intensity, clear, open, non-contaminated, intensifies energy. But that's only, you're only going to get that effect if that's how you think. That's what you believe. You can give a crystal to a kid and it doesn't mean anything. It's not going to do anything. You have to have that belief. It's through our projector of our light, of our awareness, that creates whether it's truth or not truth. And there's truth for every frequency, every perception, everything has its own truth, but it's never stagnant. It's always opening. And to me, That's why what technology, the gift of technology does, we can say, oh, it's evil, it's bad. Or we can say, oh, it's awesome. It's about integrating all parts and allowing it to work for us. We are dissipating the illusion of separation. So to look at something and say that's evil or bad, that is to separate a piece of yourself from you, which is disempowering. When we allow it all to come together and work in unison, we are empowered. We're empowered beings because we're not separating. We're not labeling something outside of us. We're not giving something power outside of us for good or better or worse. Hey, Lauren. Oh, Lauren, I'm so sorry. I haven't been reminding you not to do it. Everybody shout out to Lauren. Don't do it. Gina, I started the magnetic yesterday all day on my keens, on my weak eye. Oh, on your keens, on your knees, on your keens, on your weak eye. No pain today on my eye. It is not as blurry. Wow. That is awesome. We'll have to talk about this over in the master's class. I don't think artificial intelligence has that. So, no, thank you. We have the soul. Thank you, Tamara, for getting me back on track. And James said it in the comments in the master's group. It doesn't have the soul. You're right. Nothing outside of us has a soul. We are the soul. We have the soul. Isn't that what makes humans unique? We have the soul. This doesn't have the soul. Nothing has a soul. We have the soul. And everything else is reflecting what we're allowing and what our soul journey has agreed to experience. Thank you, Tamara, for getting me back on track. So when something outside of us inspires us and enlivens us, it's not that it had power, it's that it ignited or inspired that image, a piece of ourselves, because we created that piece of us ourselves to be projected to give us that, but it's still through our perception. Oh my goodness. So when something outside of us, it's not that it gave us power, it gave us a remembering of ourselves because we created that space holder. We created that thing or whatever it is, place, person, thing, to be that holder of the energy that we are projecting out. So Tamara, I know you said you thought it was beautiful and it brought you joy, that image, because it was showing you a outer reflection of you, that you were living in that joy, that higher perception, seeing it through the wonder in the eye of a child. They don't go around judging. They're just in awe, everything. It's beautiful. They haven't taken on those energies yet. Hey, Dina, good to see you. People are exactly people are born naked. A child is born with wonder and curiosity. But then we decide, oh yeah, that's right, I'm human. I came to transmute some certain energies, so I'm going to take this energy on, but I'm going to bring my awareness and I'm going to bring it back to its original state, which is love, nakedness. Hey, Munazabi, good to see you. I went to the carrier today and got my bill. Will now be $5 cheaper. We need to be more childlike. And we all have that child within. It just wants to come out and play. And we just have to open up the door and say, hey, let's go play together. That child never, ever leaves us. It's always there, wanting to play, always ready. It's like all I can think of right now, they're showing me an image of a child, and this is a part of us that's tugging on its mommy or daddy and say, come on, let's go now, let's go. And then the parent's like, hold on, dear, I got to finish this up. I got to finish this up. But the kid is just really eager to come out and play. No, I got to finish this up. I told you after we do the dishes or after we have lunch. But mom, I want to go to the playground now. And that's kind of like what a piece of us is always doing. It wants to go to the playground now. And that's so funny because I do take my son Mythos to the playground just about every day. We shoot hoops and he goes on the spinny cup and we get to walk there and it's really beautiful. And I love that because as he's playing and as I'm playing with my child, I get to play too. I'm like an eternal child. I love that. I love to scooter to the park with him. I love to dribble the basketball and shoot it to each other on the way to the park and all of it, all of it. So yeah, I feel and again, it's balance. We come to balance that child with our adult self. It's not swinging one way to the pendulum. But in those times of life, guys, where we do swing from one end and then the other, it's just because we needed that extra swing to the other contrast, the other polarity, to bring that other side back in alignment. So sometimes someone who's over here and all serious and um, all doing the right thing, studying, working hard, following a meticulous diet and all of that. Well, there comes a time sometimes they're going to swing, or a person or someone might, they seem like they just cracked up because they were living life with so much control. They swung to the other end and then they became a total rebel, let it all go, left their family, went across the country or whatever to live free and backpack somewhere, because this end was so far the other way, the control and the lack of trust and not listening to their heart. Then when they got a taste of that, then all of a sudden they went to the other. And then what happens is we come and we finally meet in the middle. That's what we are doing, meeting in the middle. Thank you, Moon Azabi, for sharing your light. Yes, I told my inner child to let me know what she wants to do to play. And I think that singing and humming also came in with that. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love that child. I love to play tag on the playground with the kids. I love that stuff. I like freedom. All right. Balance. But yes, there comes a time. I mean, I can't live at the park all the time and run around doing cartwheels and handstands. I gotta go back. So it's finding that happy medium. But to know there are times where we'll swing here, here and then here, and then we come back to middle. All of it is exactly as it should be. It is all as it should be. We need all parts of ourselves, and that's also that piece of integrating those parts that we are feeling are separate, or judging, or lingering guilt and all of that. Oh, I feel a little guilty today. I acted like a kid. I ate a gallon of ice cream and had cotton candy for supper and watched Looney Tunes all night. And then we'll beat ourselves up for being like that. But sometimes we go to the other end, blurge. Okay, so blurge is a combination of binging and splurging. Blurge. So we'll go to the other extremes because we're trying to balance our physical bodies, trying to get us back to the middle. So allow those imbalances. This is beautiful. Spirit is saying, allow those imbalances in order to come to your balance. And that is all good. That is so beautiful. And that is, what's the word? It's just reassuring and nice and comforting. Like, we're human. We came for that. Okay. We came for that. We came for the whole kit and caboodle. All right. So I'm going to do I did not eat for 2 days. Shit. I wish I couldn't eat for 2 days, but today I had Italian wedding soup. Yes. I'm not like that yet, where I've totally lost my appetite. I find when I'm really, really excited and really, really high frequency, my appetite goes away when I'm really, really, really super engaged in something that I want to do. And I guess that's what living in the light is. You're really there. And light, they say, is nourishing. Some people are able to live almost just through light. I don't know anyone like that, but literally live off their own light. And I do believe that that is possible, because that's what galactic beings do. They don't need physical substance to ingest. They live off frequency and they live off that energy. So I do believe that we, as we embody more light, will not need as much food or and that density, because we're not living as dense. So as we embody more light, it makes sense. We're not going to be as resonant, or as in resonance, or in alignment with heavy, dense food. And they say if you just do and trust where you are in the moment, your body will tell you what you need when you need it. But we try to control it based on expectations, based on beliefs, based on attachments. Oh, I got to eat lettuce and salad, or gluten's bad for me, or whatever. And I'm not saying or dismissing for any of you guys that do have food allergies or anything. It's what your body's requiring at that moment. And that's a way for it to get what it needs as well. But if we just totally trust and live in the now, we're going to be guided to eat and not do what we want, or do what we want and what's good, or whatever, what is most appropriate for our physical being. We'll be guided. We'll be guided, just like that kid wanting to play or needing to binge on something because you've been depriving. That's what diets can do. We try to assert a control to be a certain physical fitness or weight based on an expectation or a belief that's totally bullshit, okay? Totally bullshit based on a collective of a bunch of insecurities that aren't even in their heart. They're living on that outside reflection. They're not living from the source. Okay, it gets back to the soul. This is what the outside does. Nothing has our soul and our source. It's just regurgitated old energy manifests from old beliefs. Well, you guys are all stepping into new higher frequencies of you, and that's going to require you not to live from the outside in the old ways anymore. It's really going to cause you to listen and hear and yeah, I deal with that. This is spirit talking because I go through all of that stuff as well. I realize, okay, do I exercise because it feels good? Yeah, sometimes, but I also I'm running those beliefs that I want to maintain my muscle, and if I don't exercise and I can't eat as much, I'm not going to burn as many calories, and what the hell does that matter anyways? Well, I really shouldn't weigh 250 pounds, blah 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 blah, and I wouldn't create all of those unaligned, all of those distorted thinking and concepts if I just was in the now and had total acceptance and love of self to begin with. So we create all of this momentum and all these different ideas based in an illusion, thinking we need to be something other than we are. And these higher frequencies are really saying, embody who you are now. You're beautiful. You are exactly where you need to be. You're a naked little baby bottom. You're a naked little baby bottom, okay? If someone wants to fast, join a holy month of Ramadan. And I'm not saying not to do that, okay? I'm not saying anything is right or wrong. I'm just giving you food for thought. Ironically, food for thought. We fast from sunrise till sunset for 39 days. No drink, no food, no sex between sunrise and sunset. We have entered the last 10 days. Oh my Lord, that's beautiful. I'm obviously not ready to do that. But different frequencies, different beliefs, different cultures will respond to different things. Max. Oh my Lord, have mercy. That is amazing. And that's probably what I need. And I can say probably or should. When we say probably or should, we're probably not quite aligned to whatever that should or probably is. Amazing. I only eat one big thing a day. So I have been actually trying to fat, like, you know how they're doing those intermittent fasting, but then I'm finding that I end up eating a whole bunch all at once when my little fasting spree is done. So I just got to listen. 30 days. Amazing, Munazabi. Simply amazing. All right. All right. So what was I doing? Oh yeah. So I'm going to read a collective. We'll see what comes through. Anybody who wants a personal, open donations. And anybody who's here from the masters, and if you would like a reading, just tell me at the bottom yes, okay? So the masters group, for anybody watching now or later, is a private paid membership group for those who are on a focused intention, and where we place our focus on grows in bringing forth and illuminating and allowing more of their light. We are a small intimate group, and we play off each other. We're all reflecting different energies, and we're all obviously reflecting parts of our own self brought into our awareness, contemplating, thoughts, ideas. It's a platform for people to practice their skills, abilities, to say what they want, but it's just a support system. And you guys are all master light blasters who are watching this no matter what. And a master light blaster allows their light to be activated in the darkness. The darkness and the light would not know it's light without the darkness. And we need both. We need both. The density allows us to expand, to connect within, to our light, to question, to ponder, to reflect. It gives us an opportunity to infuse and choose our thoughts based in love, not fear, in order to shift to the reality that represents that, in order to relieve that density, to dissipate it, to transmute it, to alchemize it, to release it. Some things in life are just meant to give us a reference point, what we prefer and don't prefer. And that's how the darkness can work for us as well. And it's not separate from us. It still was an experience we created. So it's not separate, but it gave us the contrast we needed to know what our preferences in life are. So that is even a way that things that seem separate, or things that we don't prefer, people, places, things, relationships, jobs, whatever, it gives us an opportunity to look at ourselves and say, oh, I don't prefer that. It doesn't mean you need to keep butting your head against something you don't prefer. It's giving you that. It's done its job. Now you can go on. But it was still something, an experience, an illusion you created to give you that contrast to know thyself. So that's how we unify those non preferences. We allowed it to direct us or to show us something about ourselves. And that's what physical reality in this hologram does. It gives us an opportunity to engage with ourself in a physical form platform. We are all more than we can conceive. Yes, yes. We are limitless beings of love, eternal, never ending, choosing a limited experience in order to continue the expansion. Is that not a paradox? We're already limitless and eternal. So why the hell are we in a limited experience? But it gives us something to play in, a game, an exploration, an experiment in the physical of our God self. Oh, what is it like to take this form and not know of our power? Let's try that out. And in that, we continue that stream of consciousness from our perception of our soul's journey in the totality of the expansion of God's source energy, all parts of us multidimensional. Masters, yes, let me know. Anybody's in the masters? And if I said that in the note that I would come on to the masters separately, but if you want to get your reading here, you can as well. So in the masters group, guys, I said it was a paid membership. It's a $33 a month paid, and it's I picked that number because you guys in that group, and those that do that group, I believe 33 is a master number. It's just the definition that I'm adopting, and it's a teacher's a master teacher. But you guys all are, whether you're in the group or not. Okay, so I'm not saying that. I'm not separating. It's just those that want to, take that journey. And I do when I say every day daily, but it's more like 5 days a week. Work week daily. Individual little readings as well. So that in itself is worth it, just to gain insight from another perspective. All right, collective reading for today for this Temple of the Sun. And I want to thank all of you guys. You're all truly, truly master light blasters. And this, I feel like a commercial. All of a sudden, the Spirit is saying, and this message would not be possible without, without you, and you, because you guys are bouncing your light off, and that's what's coming through with Spirit connecting the stream of you with the stream of me, and Spirit bringing it all together and reflecting it back out. I love it. I love it. It's my passion, as you guys can tell. You're sweet, Tamara. All right. Yeah. Just because even when we do private readings or donations, it's like, geez, some curl, and you get a whole bunch during the month, channel messages. And we're always getting channeled messages. Life, if we open up to it, guys, is a channeled message. But sometimes the human needs to hear things a little differently when it's taken out of our mundane, everyday life or what we see. When we receive from another, they're an aspect of ourself, reflecting an energy from a different perspective. So it gives us a different angle. It gives us more insight. It gives us something to discern. So it's all a gift. And you guys are all doing that right here, right now, even through your comments, through your present awareness. This message is coming through. All right. So the collective regarding this is face your fears. So the beginning was about artificial intelligence and does it hold any power? Well, Spirit, and it's what I believe, nothing outside of us holds any power. It just shows us energy about ourselves. And what we got here is face your fears, release the power of fear. So when you feel that when we feel, Spirit is saying, when we need to resist something outside of us, an image or a thought or a belief or a ceremony or what we think is bad, that is a fear manifested by us for us to look and reflect. What does this mean? What is this showing me? What belief, what thought, what perception am I buying into right now that really is not me? Because anything that is fearful, anything that is not of love, the pure form of love, everything is love, but we have our filters and our contamination. We have our spots on the mirror the smudges, the fingerprints, the toothpaste splattering, the makeup, the foundation, whatever, just splattering on the mirror, um, not showing us that love sometimes, even though we always hold it, it's always there. We have these beliefs that are the spots in the mirror, and anything that we deem as bad or evil or not good, it's just showing us something that we're still believing in, and it gives us that opportunity to reconcile, whether it be just something you don't prefer and say, oh, I don't prefer to believe that a black cat crossing my path is bad luck. I just don't prefer it, and I'm not going to buy into it. Could be simple like that. Or it could be a relationship you struggled with and you butted heads with. It can be like, I really don't need to force my energy or compromise my energy to work in a non-preferable way. And obviously there are those times where we do, but I'm just using this for an example. I can go about my own business and allow that narcissistic person to show me what I prefer and don't prefer, or where I'm compromising myself, or where I'm giving too much. It's just an unbalanced energy. I don't prefer that. So I'm going to go over here now. So that is a way that we're still operating and integrating in as one by allowing those parts of ourselves to show us about ourselves. It doesn't mean you're a narcissist or that you're bad or evil or um, whatever that you're seeing that you want to keep separate. It's an opportunity to show you something about yourself, and then that's how you utilize that energy to operate as one. I find that beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It's like everything becomes love at that point. Everything is love. So it's about releasing your fear. When you find yourself in judgment, what about yourself are you judging as impure or not good enough or not abiding by? Even religious, being brought up, oh, we got to strive to um, be as pure as possible. Who's to say what pure is? Who told you you're impure to begin with? So it's about releasing that. That was the, when was that? Mystical wisdom. So that is beautiful, beautiful wisdom. I didn't even read the horse. The picture. So her eyes are shut here. I love to read images. Her eyes are shut, so she's not seeing what the world is telling her. She's going within. She's connecting to that horse, that freedom. A horse represents freedom. It represents spirit, inspiration, going your own way. You can't. It's like taming a wild horse. You weren't meant to be tamed. And then the fears bring that out into our awareness, represented by the moon. The moon represents in general illusions, things that we're believing in, and fears that really aren't truth, but we're living them because we thought we needed to, but we don't. So it's about closing your eyes to the outside world. And it doesn't mean physically, it just means going within and connecting to yourself. And that's not separating. It's allowing the old energy manifestations to work for you by making you go within. And then you're going to open your eyes and have a new creation. Then we have a journey with, Spirit's always connecting the dots. So here, face your fears. And then this one says, I journey within to meet my higher self and to find true happiness. That's what those outside fearful things do. If we work the energy most efficiently, there's no right or wrong, and you'll do it when you're ready. It's all to meet yourself, guys. It's all about you. Nothing is separate from you. So it's about going in that deep cavern. Oh, here's all the fear. Here's all the evil. Here's all the artificial intelligence taking over the world. Here's all of the conspiracy. Here's all the doom and gloom. Here's all the evil doers. Here's all of the bad men. It's all that fear. But what do we do when we go within? We allow this to work for us and connect within. Then we connect to the light. And then we are taken out of that tunnel, that illusionary tunnel. And it is transformation. That's what we're all undergoing, whether it be mini transformations day by day, or whether it be what the collective is undergoing as we shift a society into a new way of being. The old foundations are crumbling, and this is a 3, transformation, bringing together balance, the mind, the body, the spirit, allowing them to work as one in integration, wholeness, and unity as one. And that's a staff of light as well. And what else has she got here? She's got a bat wings. And bats, they operate by, they can't see, right? They're blinded. They go by feeling, or is it sonar, guys? And so that's how they can tell. They can't see. They're blind. And we're blinded when we buy into the outside manifestations, but we can also see through the dark when we connect to our light within. So bat energy is wicked powerful. It's transformative because we're blinded if we only look at the outside world and think the outside has the power and we got to abide by those rules, regulations, beliefs, the way things are done and always have been done. And well, I ain't got no power over the man. So that makes us blinded because really we have the power. All right, beautiful card. These guys are powerful card. These are powerful cards. And then the galactic card I pulled because I felt lots of galactic energy, and those are all those high frequencies. It is all of that, almost like not so solid. Earth, past Earth, abandonment. So this is the energy that that is working with us in releasing in one. So as we're releasing something, it's also working for us because then in the releasing, we're creating space for these higher frequencies and portals and information within our heart space to come out. So we're dealing with abandonment. Number 5, major change, guys. Spiritual change. The 0 represents that portal. To me, it's the spiritual energy, the limitless, the abundance, the eternity. So we are changing all of eternity right now from a past Earth, which has to do with us being abandoned, feeling we weren't taken care of. That's why humans in the past have so clung on to the earth for their security, their peace, their rules, their retirement plans, their IRAs, their money, their bank account. They're all of those things that are illusions. We try to create that sense of security in our outside world, and that we're finding out that isn't it. We're still going to be abandoned. We're going to be abandoned. We felt we were abandoned. So we try to make that security, but now we're releasing that by connecting to our light because we're never abandoned when we're connected to the eternal God source energy that we are, that is actually even created all in the experience that we're of abandonment. So I'm going to read that because these are kind of a new deck and I just want to see what it says. So tears running, green, heart energy, emotional loss, feeling unworthy, feeling not loved. And I can say that I definitely felt that always. I remember from my earliest years, I could talk, but preschool, I wasn't in school yet. And my mom would say, "Oh, I love you." And what I would say to her, I looked at her and I says, "You don't love me. You don't love me." So maybe there was a timeline there as well of some sort of abandonment, or I did find out later in a timeline that she was an Indian, I was an Indian, and she killed me several times. So I might have been holding on to some of that energy. So that sense of abandonment. But I remember coming into this world thinking, "You don't love me." And then I remember, when, like, this is really silly to even talk about, in 5th or 6th grade, um, when they start having girlfriends and boyfriends. And I remember running out on the playground and not feeling like those connections, saying, "No one loves me." So I think I can definitely relate to that. But that is the very the thing you feel abandoned and lost is the very thing that you came to fill up with love. But it's only through your own heart space. No one can do it for you, or you'll always be at a sense of loss. You'll always feel abandoned. You'll always feel deceived. You'll always feel um, what's the word, disappointed, because nothing outside can fill you because it's all old energy already created from a lower frequency you. So we have to go within. We have to create fresh and anew and connect to that. Remember who we are. That's basically it. You are love. How can someone not love you? You are love. You're the one creating that reflection. So when you feel unloved, say, "Hey, why do I feel unloved? What am I believing into? What am I clearing?" And if you don't have the answers, that doesn't matter. Just keep breathing into that space of love and light and faith. Okay, species often have karmic issues to clear as well as people. One of the main issues for humans to clear has to do with abandonment. When ETs left Earth in the ancient days, the pain of that departure left humanity with scars of abandonment. Humanity felt as if it had no role models, parents to guide it. So, yeah, we took quite the course after that, didn't we? Along with that abandonment, we experience anger, sadness, and self pity. But as we remember our place in the universe, these wounds can be healed. This card asks you to help humanity heal by remembering your universal connections and fundamental truth. We are never alone. And then it says, while the surface level of this card refers to time on Earth's past when our ET forefathers left the planet, we felt very alone. It also refers to a very deep issue that serves as a wound for all beings in creation. This wound is discussed by many esoteric texts about the original separation from source. Probably more with this card. This card may, everything has many layers, but it's saying this has many layers. This has many, 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 many layers. The original departure, but we still chose it. And then the fractals and how we've all kind of separated, but now we're all coming back together as one. And that was played out and shown in Earth. And then when the ETs, if that's what you believe, were here and then they left, and then we felt that abandonment again. So that was just playing out that same original feeling of abandonment. All right, so what it says is, it's up to you to discern the message for yourself, but it says, if you're consciously aware of pain regarding abandonment as a human in this life or fear of it, this card implores you to heal that wound. On a deeper level, the message of the card may have to do with the original wound of separation from source, feelings of loneliness, disconnectedness, guilt, low self-worth, and so forth. And humans take that on. I know I've taken on a lot of what this is saying here. Take some time to explore this idea and see where it leads. So yeah, it's just about healing those wounds, healing that sense of abandonment and loneliness due to separation. And the more we feel that, we play that out in relationships, friendships, work, community, where we feel alone. But this is beautiful because as a master light blaster, you've come to blast the light into that, but it comes from in here. So you become more powerful in yourself when you experience this, because then you remember and reconnect to that light within you. So that is what we're doing. We're reconnecting to knowing that we are all, we are source, we are everywhere all at once. We have legions, eternal legions of spirit and guides and helpers and all of that within this space. And we're opening up to all of it, all of it, all of it. And it's just representative of our own energy, aspects of our own energy. If everything was originally source, like the sun, we'll just use that for an example, and then we all shot off into rays. Well, even those angels and the spirit guides and our family and our friends, there's still aspects of us. And now we're bringing it in and seeing each other in all of it. Seeing the aspects of one another in it, in each other. All right. Though programs, beliefs given away our power away through, yes, but we chose it. So we're not victims. When did they leave? I don't know. And I question all of these timeline things, because the more and more you become, I'd have to look into the book and see, but the more and more frequency we become in multidimensional, they never really even, okay, here's where spirit's coming in. They never ever left. We shifted to a dimension where they left. So if God source energy is everywhere all at once, eternally, we are everywhere all at once. So we still exist in that timeline. If time isn't, oh, Chris, I love you for this. This is such a good topic. If there truly is no linear time, they never did leave. They're still there. It's this and that. We're at a timeline where they left, but there was still a time where they existed where they did leave, and there's no linear time. It's all frequency, and it all is now. Oh my God, such a good point, Chris. So as we, in this moment of now, heal those feelings of abandonment, guess what happens in that other timeline? They unite and merge. They come together. Now this timeline, they didn't leave because we didn't leave ourselves. Does that not make sense? That's how we are multidimensionally powerful. All power is in the now. As we heal and connect and remember who we are, we heal all other timelines simultaneously. And then there's no more separation. It's all now. And we gain the power and the support of them now. This is unbelievable. So those same ones that left are still there now, supporting us as we allow and heal our own wounds. No victims, absolutely not. That is such a good question, Chris. Holy son of a bee. That is so good, because I almost got, so I read your thing and I almost went into my head and said, oh yeah, that's a good question. What about that? Yeah. And then spirit stepped in and said, Well, just because you're caught into that frequency doesn't mean that's the truth. Go back to the the truth. There is no timelines. Period. We are not separate. All powers in the now. As we heal the now, we heal those timelines. And then you know how they say when you heal the past in the now. Well, that's how you heal it, because then that means that past then didn't transpire. We healed it in this now, and now it's all fine and dandy. Holy crap, that is so good. All right. If anyone, okay, so now I'm going to do some private readings publicly. Personal, that's the word, personal. So if you're in the master's group, let me know if you want a reading. But if somebody donated for a private that aren't in the master light blaster group, let me know. That takes priority, guys. If you made a donation at the temple, I will read you first. Let me know. And it goes to riabarna1224 at Gmail if you're doing PayPal, and then Venmo's riabarna at Gmail. So I will do some readings. If you want a personal, let me know you made a donation. The 27th day of Ramadan is the most powerful day of Ramadan. That's funny because I've got a 27 on me, that tattoo. May this holy month open your hearts to love, forgives, compassion, and all. Okay, let me reread that because I'm going to give this a deeper meaning. The 27th day of Ramadan is the most powerful day of Ramadan. Angels come down in thousands to hear our prayers. May this holy month open our hearts to love, forgive, and compassion for all. That is so beautiful. And that's what I believe, we have that availability always if we're open to it. But when the collective place an event, whether it's astrological, religious ceremonies, and there's a collective belief in that, it does intensify that energy, because where two or more are gathered, then that exponentiates that love. Then I am there. Jesus says, I am there. Well, Jesus is love. It's Christ consciousness. It is unconditional love, which Munazabi just said. Unconditional love, compassion, and forgiveness. So they're bringing that attention, just like all of the little groups, like the Master Light Blaster group has its own little intention, and then that energy multiplies. But we have that capability even by ourselves on a day that isn't that, as long as you want to open up and allow it, because we are that always. But then we have seasons, we have ceremonies, we have holidays that will accentuate a certain energy. We have full moons, we have Christmas, we have Easter, and it just brings that awareness that accentuates and intensifies that energy. And then it's like bigger, it's easier to tap into. So thank you, Munazabi, for that message. Beautiful. When are you going back for seconds? I am having 23rds. When I go to get my shoes shined, I got to take their word. I'm fat. Oh, talking about earlier. Weird Al. Holy crap. Who's talking about Weird Al? Yeah. Oh my God. So I saw Weird AI, good stuff. I heard and saw Weird Al Yankovic. Chris, if you're still there. When I looked at your comment, I saw Weird Al Yankovic, and I was just thinking how much I love his parodies. And that's funny because that is just proving a point of a perception. He can take a song or an image and through his perception, make it mean something different or make fun and light of it. And he definitely infused density with so much light and humor, and just inspired and beautiful. It's just funny. All right. So no victims, and no, what's so funny? All the little emotes. It was about Yankovic. She was quoting, I'm fat. Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember that video. And then, yeah, I saw hers, and then I saw yours, but I thought you said weird AI, artificial intelligence. But anyways, yeah. Oh my goodness. Anyways. All right, guys. So I think Kim was the first one that said she wanted a reading. So this is good. So this is kind of like merging a couple different groups. Those the message gets to hit more people, but the Master Light Blasters get to also join. All right, guys. So if you made a donation, let me know. And then I'm on to Kim, fellow gem, crystal gem. All right. Oh, I can't. You're there, Caleb? In the mess? Oh, okay. My son, Caleb Tugas, said to pull him up, but oh, there wasn't an option. No, that's StreamYard. I have to invite you. All right. Oh, they're having me pull a galactic for you. Crystal gem. I just pulled this, so lots of green. I'm feeling you are that collective message is connecting to you as well. That feeling of loss, abandonment, in whatever way, shape, or form that resonates with you. I'm seeing a lot of green, and I usually do see green with you, but sometimes I don't. So more heart healing, more expansion. You're a portal for love in an expansive way through your own integration and transmutation. And I know you already know that, but so you transmute in through your own they're saying self-development, self-exploration, self-forgiveness, self-healing. You open up that portal where you are then allowing that light. And yes, we are all doing that, but some of us do it in different ways. We have different expressions of bringing in and anchoring this light. And it could be through art. For me, I love to just talk and do lives and channel. I don't go out on Mother Earth and do what Kim does, where she literally is just the light space to heal certain areas, bring balance. So we all have our specialty. Spirit is saying we all have our specialty in the anchoring of love and light. But yours is to do, they're saying, with your own self-healing, self-transmutation. And that makes sense because I know you're into shadow work as well and done a lot of that. So you've done a lot of your own transmutation, and then you are that space of light. But let's see what galactic comes through for you. Earth, present, progressive desires. So the energy is working with you right now in your portal and in that opening and that connection that is in this present moment of now. Doesn't mean it will be later, but the information coming through for you now is progressive desires. And 52 is a change through cooperation and integration. So you're creating change through cooperation and integration. And that's exactly what bringing balance and healing to oneself is. It's getting back to your natural state of being. Healing is your natural state of being. It's just going back to your natural alignment. You were never unhealed. It was the thoughts, it was the paradigms, it's the beliefs, it's the energies we bought into. So you're just working through those, and then you create this portal of divinity. That's a seven. 5 + 2 is 7. So you create change, Jim, through your own integration and balancing. You are a human yin yang at a more intense. We all are human yin yangs, but some of us go through more intensity of integrating polarities, and gems do that a lot. So I'm going to read it. It says Earth present. So Earth present is really in your field right now. Let's look at that. 52. During a time of transformation, which you undergo your own transformation, then you're that space holder, you're that light just illuminating. During the transformation, it's common to feel great excitement and desire to make sweeping change very quickly. However, because there are many people who fear change, it is prudent to make change that is slow and steady instead of rushing things. In this way, those who cling to the old will not get spooked and obstruct the natural process of transformation. Yeah, it's like us. If we're really excited, like I tend to have that tendency. And I'll just be all excited and fired up and on go and fired, but that can be too much for some people. So obviously not you guys, because you're, blasting light, but for the collective. So it says, take an honest look at your life and see where you are either moving too fast or resisting change. Seek the middle road. As you do this, you assist the earth to transform itself with grace and ease. But that's not to diminish or say that one way is not good. So say you're really quick and you're excited and passionate. Don't beat yourself up and think you need to change. Right here, it's saying, what is your way, maybe, for you? And then what you're going to do is you're going to be put in the group or put in the atmosphere or put in the place that is resonant with your energy, whether it be more slower moving and even keeled, or whether it be intense or high and spiked. But also, this is not to say, Spirit is saying, that sometimes those that are kind of stuck or sleeping, they might call in an energy that is really intense because it sometimes takes intense pressure or spiking or explosions to wake one up. So I live in the beach in Old Orchard Beach, and fireworks go off all summer. And if you hear like a really loud firework, it'll wake you up. So sometimes a loud thing, loud, I'm just speaking metaphorically, energetically, takes that. But there are times when you we need that slower movement. So to me, I'm feeling for you, Jem, this is saying trust your transformation, trust your evolution. Um, don't feel you need to go faster. Don't feel you need to go slower. Don't think you need to be somewhere you're not. You're exactly where you need to be because everything is in the now. You don't need to be any way for anyone. It's just about finding your own frequency alignment for you. All right. Very beautiful, Kim. Who is next? I I I know there was more people on. Now there's only 6, so let me know. But Kim, I was just talking about this with my son earlier, or I was sharing with him like I need to calm the f down. I need to slow it down, but that's not my nature. So I caught myself criticizing myself, saying I needed to be something other than I was. So Kim, there's a message for you just to be true to you, and you're exactly where you need to be. And I know you know that, but sometimes we will have little things playing in our mind. Oh, I got to get out there more. I got to be louder. I got to like whatever, speak more, or I got to tone it down. And I was thinking, oh man, I got to tone my ass down. But no, now's the time to shine. Oh my God. So I was following a truck today. And if I had my phone on me, I would have taken a picture. And on this big truck, it said time to shine. So that was kind of like, in retrospect, that was affirmation that for me. No, don't dim your light for others. Shine as bright as you feel that you want. All right. And that's a message for all of us. So when I give a message, a personal for somebody, um, it's still they're reflecting and holding space for that message. Tamara, next, unless you don't want to. At this point, say yes, okay, guys? Say yes if you want yours now. I'll probably hop over to the masters just to see if anyone wants to come on or say anything extra. No, okay. Fine. I'm glad you told me that. Next. Yes, I'm taking donations. It's the PayPal is riabarna1224. Oh, Ria on the run. I'm sorry, I got the wrong banner. Hold on here, guys. I will go over to the masters group though, Tam, if you want it there, okay? What am I going to say here? What am I typing? I'll put it at the top if anybody has wants to make an open donation for a personal. You'll get a full reading, a more full reading for a donation, guys. 1224 at Gmail. Anybody else who's out there, and if you're in the Masters, say yes. If you don't want to meet me at the Masters after, otherwise I'll be heading over there. That's the PayPal. I think you usually do PayPal, Laura, so thank you very much. And I will pin that start comment, and I'll stick it up there. Yeah, I don't know why I did that. Re on the run. That was left over from this morning's message, which I have to say was really awesome. Just I excite myself because just what comes through astounds me sometimes. And that's how we all should be living, just astounding yourself, because we should be, because we're always activating and remembering who we are. And once we were lost and when we were blind, and then you see the light coming through and feel it and who you really are, it's exciting. We should all be excited about ourselves and excited of what we're receiving, and because we're allowing that, we're becoming lighter bodies. Please write your PayPal. Just want to give a donation with or without. Oh, thank you so much, Munazabi. So it's up there at the top, and I will give you a reading. Not that you need one, but anyways, sometimes it's nice. Readings to me are also affirmation, and it's just nice. Like, it's nice, and you might be contemplating something or wondering about something, and it's nice to get that affirmation. So Laura Runner, if you make a donation, let me know. And Munazabi, I am going to give you a reading? Barry Collins, thank you for joining. Yes. Lime what? Okay, thank you for donating. Yes, I'm Lynn. Oh, Lynn, thanks. Thank you, Lynn. Laura, you mentioned it first. So you are first, Laura, and Munazabi, you will be second. And Laura, anything particular? Even though spirit will bring up you will bring forth what you want. Oh, first time here. Wow. Thank you, Lynn. Thank you for joining. You are a light. Anybody at Temple of the Sun or anybody on any of these lives, I know that they are high frequency light beings. And I appreciate you being here. And thank you for shining your light. Whether you say anything or get a reading or not, you're always shining energetically. And light, love, speak without words. But if you want a reading, I'm doing just open donations. Holly Burling, hey. All right. I can read for myself. I can't. I can read and feel for myself, but sometimes pick up. Yeah, exactly. I always trust my inner, this is regarding moon. I always trust my inner guidance, but sometimes I like to play in the energies. I like to see the reflection because I always expand from it. And even if I take something, not verbatim as what the person just said, I gained something because I'm the one still creating the reading, and it might have caused an opening, or I understood something at a heightened awareness. So readings, you can never go wrong. Just always bring it into yourself and and what you feel. Obviously, discern it as it applies to you, but all will apply to you. That's just the law of nature. Because if you got source energy, you're creating it. The reason you're creating it, well, that's up to you to decide how it absolutely applies. That's up for you, but the channeler will give you a different perspective of your own energy. And I'm not really super good at reading cards for myself. I go more just straight to my feeling. All right, Laura Renner. I just feel the need to just want to clear. I don't have my little normal bells. All right. I'm feeling the two, the number 2 vibration there. And the 2 number even represents integration, dissipating the ideas of separation. So, Laura, you are really, really, really being called at a much deeper, more intense level to integrate all of those lost, separate, even though nothing is lost or separate. And again, another paradox from you. Nothing is, but it's telling you something about what the limited ego might be perceiving as lost or separate, but nothing is ever lost or separate. It's just, for the lack of terms, the way we use the human language. So you're being challenged and you're being called to step up that integration at another level, because I can look at relationships will do that the most for me. How I'm like, oh my God, there's nothing I could possibly be learning from this, but there always is. So you're just being called to go deeper within yourself and connect more intimately with yourself, of of the projection you're creating in your hologram called life. How can you utilize that even more so to empower you to activate your light? And it's already in you. You're just remembering. Okay, Laura. Oop. All right, I have 2 that kind of popped out there. Also, you might be being called into partnerships in general. So deeper. So the 2, however, 2 can connect in many ways. Relationships, meeting others, where you're coming into greater power, or an existing relationship, it's coming into a greater power. So that 2 is going to be showing in many different ways. It can be showing as opposites and contrasts, how you're integrating and gaining greater understanding from that seemingly opposite mirror that you're presenting, or relationships or jobs. It's about integrating and becoming more powerful, but by utilizing the outside reflection as well. Thank you so much, Moon. That's sweet. All right, I'll do you next though, Moon. All right. So Laura Runner, beautiful Laura. Laura, you got to get in the master's group. All right. Oh, two of the same cards there. All right. So you got two cards here in this one. All right. So it's no surprise that you did get the collective card also for the galactic card, and see the tears and the releasing and healing the wounds. And so if you're feeling that sense of abandonment, loss, unworthiness, for me, it's saying, how are those feelings or those projections that you might be feeling on the outside? They're saying not getting ahead, even not getting ahead. I can't get ahead of the game. I can't get ahead in the physical world. Is more money going out than I can even make, and it's always something. And what they're saying is, you're not called to operate from that level, or you're going to keep in that cycle, and you're going to keep projecting that same cycle. So it's like when we say we can never get ahead, or we're focused in the older frequencies of how things were done. And yes, you still, we're still working, we're still making money, but they're saying if you can rise above the density and the thickness of it and try to bring yourself to the moment, try to connect to your light, and remember, you are eternal source of love and light. You are abundant in just your existing, because your existence is eternal. It doesn't get any more abundant. So they're saying, even if you're feeling stressed about making ends meet, I don't know why they're bringing that up. So maybe maybe you are, or it might be just a metaphor. When you feel you can't get ahead, or something always comes up, or just when that was going right, dang it, why did that happen, man? I was feeling high and I was feeling in a good mood. Why did that happen? Well, you're expanding, so you're also clearing up just as fast as you're expanding. So there is a time where a lot of things will happen, because it's giving you the ability, the gift, the opportunity to clear any residual energies. Okay, so I'm going to give you an example today. I was saying we're moving into a new place, and I said this was the smoothest move ever. And as I was backing out, and oh my God, I heard a smash, and I'm like, son of a, and my mirror hit a pillar, and I started cranking it before I was all the way out, and I was paying attention to my husband and the kids in the back, and they were eating, and I get really whatever. I didn't want to making all messes and stuff. And anyways, I wasn't paying attention as much as I should be, and it took my mirror right off. And I'm like, okay, I could get mad, but what is this telling me about myself? So it's about when those times happen, when you feel things aren't going your way per se, they are going your way. Okay. And how I looked at it is, well, what does this represent? This rearview mirror represents my past. And I used it, and I decided to define it and mean it what I wanted it to mean. And I said, it broke off because in this moment of now, I've changed my past. That reflection isn't the same. I just said this was the smoothest move ever. And I'm like, well, why the hell did I manifest that? So I went through this, and I could have stuck in that older, lower frequency of understanding, but I decided to rise above it. And I just said that earlier as well. Our past is changed in the now. So my reflection and the energy that I am reflecting off my hologram in my mirror isn't the past anymore. I just cleared up the past. I made everything okay by saying that. So sometimes destruction is a physical manifestation of you actually measuring up, stepping up, furthering your beliefs, embodying more light. So thank you, Laura. I just got a really good message from that reading. So it's about releasing those lower things of unworthiness, or things aren't going right, and your own healing. So those outside reflections will give you a sense of, they will give you a reflection of energies that you are aligning and healing within yourself. And that's bringing forth great transformation and change for you as well. So it's earth present. It's allowing those feelings of abandonment. Like I said earlier, humans take on a sense of abandonment from their original, even separateness from source, separating from source, or from when the galactics left Earth and we felt abandoned. We didn't have a guide. We didn't have someone there. But all of that separateness and abandonment, however way, shape, or form that it resonates with you, and it could be in this very moment of a relationship or a job or anything, it abandoned you because you don't need it anymore. It is a time to step into your power. So you can look at abandonment and loss as an opportunity to tune in and tap into that power that is innately yours anyways. You created that for that, to bring you back and empower you. Wow, that's cool. So then you get celebration. So this is a great this is a great follow-up of this. Celebration. Let go and have fun. So not trying to control the physical reality anymore, not trying to operate from such limited concepts, ideals, money. I did a live the other day, last week, and it said joy is the new currency. So if you can get in joy, and even through altering your perception of something that seems unfortunate, you can bring in a joy, and then that is the new currency. Whereas that opens up opportunities of high guidance, synchronicities of abundance, gifts, money, opportunities, however way, shape, or form that is. But joy in itself is a gift. You are joy. Love is joy. So it's about letting go and being free of the physical constraints, I believe, is what this is meaning. You're coming into a greater sense of joy and liberation and freedom when we can let go of those old ways and thoughts of loss, of unworthiness, of abandonment, of victimhood, all of that. It's an opportunity for you to step into an everlasting power, you, because that never dies. Circumstances change. The only constant in our physical reality is change. You have the opportunity through loss, abandonment, letdown, unworthiness, victim, step into your power. That is eternal. Archangel Raphael. So you could be going through some major healing. Raphael is the healer of the heart, love, emotions, and then this one. So you are bringing forth the frequency of Archangel Raphael, provider of healing mind, body, and spirit. So the little butterflies also in the hair of Raphael is transformation. This is what you're undergoing, transformation. The 50, the 5 is transformation, but it's spiritual transformation represented by the 0. It's unlimited transformation. It is a remembering and stepping in to your eternal you, your God source energy, the place of power. Everything changes in our world, ups and downs. It's up to us to define it and to give it the power that we want it to activate within ourselves. Nothing has power outside of us. Allow it to activate your power. So call upon Archangel Raphael, and yeah, he's helping you transform through old wounds. He's got a flower, or she, or on the arm. Got flowers in the butterflies. I'm sorry, butterflies here, butterflies there. So it's about transforming and bringing that to your physical reality. We got the tree in the heart space, the lungs, the breath, the circulation. Breathe into your now. Breathe into your moment of now, and in that you anchor that light and that frequency into earth, represented by the tree, the roots on the earth. You're bringing your dreams, your desires are manifesting in the physical onto earth. We are at a place where we really want to empower. So if we want to be empowered, we got to let go of disempowering beliefs and thoughts and ways of being, and opportunities that trip us. Things that trip us up are opportunities to connect to that and to shift into a greater freedom. So coming into greater alignment. Let me look at here. What else is there for Laura? All the animals here too. Lots of animal medicine. So we have a horse representing you being free, uninhibited, aligning to nonconformity. We got a rabbit, which is speed, acts quick, hypersensitive, ears, can hear, smell. So being able to react quickly to the sneaky foxes that come up in our life. Foxes as in little areas where we feel we're a victim, or feel we were tricked, or we feel someone's taking advantage of us, or we feel someone's not being truthful. Those areas are, you're able to detect that, but allow that to show you areas maybe where you're not trusting in yourself enough. You know what I mean? Like maybe subconsciously doing things based in the old energy. So the foxes aren't an energy outside of us as well. They are an energy showing us something about ourselves. And it's saying that you also can slip and slide out of tricky situations, maneuver through tricky situations behind the scenes through your frequency, through your shift in perception as well. All right, very beautiful. I think of, oh yeah, thank you, Tamara. Rabbit says prosperity. they can multiply and reproduce like that. I could not believe the amount of rabbits when I lived on Amelia Island. They're everywhere on the little paths, the running paths in the woods. And yeah, so beautiful. And it's quick multiplying, and cycles happen fast. They reproduce quick, short cycles, quick. So whatever you're going through, also, Laura, thank you, Tamara, for that. This healing is going to be quicker than you think, okay? It's going to be quicker than you think. This transformation. Activate's a good word, yeah. Oh, yeah, you're not behind the 8 ball, Laura. You're all the balls. Okay. You got the balls to be the ball. All right. I'm going to share really quickly. If you didn't watch my morning message, Ria on the Run, I did the analogy of a pickle. And the pickle, it's a process to make a pickle. Like, you're not in a pickle, you are the pickle. So allow the process, and then over time that pickle is crunchy, it ferments. You put the vinegar, you put the salts and the spices. If you take it right out of the jar, it's not going to be ready to eat. It takes a little bit of time. So give yourself a little bit of time to transition out of your old way. Be gentle with yourself. But this message in general is going to give you ignition and reveal and help you to remember. So being gentle, you've got eternity, but just knowing, yeah, you don't have to operate from what you see anymore. You're stepping out of that density, that idea of limit. Because I'll do that too. I'm like, oh man, I'm doing good. And then, I was saying the other day, oh, I haven't had any problems with my truck. All of a sudden now I need $2,000 worth. And now I got to need another $1,000. And I hadn't put in a single penny in it. And then I'm like, what the hell? How the hell did I manifest this? So I get these life challenges that really make me work at perceiving differently. And what it's doing little by little, it's releasing us into greater freedom, Laura. Yes, abundance, Tamra. All right. Oops, I stuck that back up there. Okay, so Munazabi, you are next. Thank you so much for your donation. I will be hopping over to the masters after this, guys. So Munazabi, I think she'll wrap up this because I'm going to need some water and stuff. For any of you guys that didn't get a message, that want one or have anything to say. Yeah, and you have the power. You're all the power. You have the power to give it away. You have the power to be a victim. And you have the power regardless of what it appears. No matter what appears to be real and what the limited mind is perceiving, you're still the power, Laura. You are. So it's a time to empower. Take it back. Take ownership. You have the power to step in dog shit and bring it in the house and find the positive in it. And then you'll create that. You're not a victim. And it could be as simple as, oh, I should take my shoes off at the door if I got dogs going poop all over the place. You know what I mean? You have the power, okay? Nothing has power over you. All right. And we're Munazabi. All right. We all need to remember that, so thank you for that. We all can catch ourselves. As our frequency becomes vibrating more, we're more in tune, man. We know. And it's not that we've done anything wrong. It's not to beat yourself up. It gives us an opportunity to take that tuning fork and shift it. Shift the focus of what we want to see in the mirror. What do we want to see in the mirror? What do we want to see in the mirror? Do we want to see a bunch of splatter marks, fingerprints? Whatever. And it's through, we're cleaning up our frequency, really fine tuning it to bring the clarity into the mirror to match the light that we are. All right, Moon. Well, this makes sense. You got this beautiful card, Wheel of Life, and everything that you're undergoing, and your fasting, and everything that you were just talking about there, the balance, the peace. So this is representing Wheel of Life. I am guided by the cycles of life and live in complete harmony with them. And that pretty much is is affirmation for everything that you are commenting. And let me just think here first. Look at your. Yeah, they're showing me you too. Also kind of in this incubation and pot of life, like going within in that retreat, which it sounds like you've been doing. It's kind of like a retreat. You're fasting to gain more of your light. So taking that time and going within that pod to recalibrate. And I know you know that we're always in cycles where we go in, we come out, we go in, we come out, just like the infinity sign. We go within, then we have an opportunity to come out and play those frequencies that we've just expanded and allowed to come from us. So you're like you're doing it simultaneously. It's like the cycles aren't so much a cycle for you, Moon. This is what I'm getting. Let it obviously discern it as you would. But a lot of times humans need to have that differentiation of cycles, the differentiation, or okay, I've got to go within and meditate so that I have more higher frequency or get my answer. It's like you are embodying the differentiations all in one. So you're able, as you're meditating and as you're incubating and going within, you're simultaneously shining that light. You're simultaneously already aligned and balanced and cutting through the darkness, just through that stillness. And this is a perfect card too for the depiction of just being in the now, where all of our power is in the now, all of our light, all of our wisdom, all of our knowledge. We hold all of that within us, but it's about just allowing ourselves to connect and go within. So you are able to do that by going within and removing yourself from the distractions of everyday life. You are able to you're merging all timelines. You're merging, like there's no differentiation. They're just saying there's no differentiation. She's right in the now. There's no differentiation. It's like they're saying that you're integrating. You're integrated. Like you're bleeding into one. You don't need the separateness to be whole anymore. You don't need that separateness. You are, and you're able to hold this space while you're. It's like creating and opening up this portal of light through density. I, I can't put it into words. It's just you are many things all at once, and we all are. But they're saying that you've got it down. You don't have as many trial and errors. You've got it down. It's like you're a galactic. You've come in this little time capsule, and you came here just for that balance, to maintain that balance for others, to hold that space of integration. Now they're showing me this huge sun, and it's a cute swirly ray sun. You just came as a light and space holder. It says, I am guided by the cycles of life and I live in complete harmony with them. I'm not sure if I said that. So it's the wheel of life. And the wheel of life, there's usually cycles and it turns. They're saying that you are getting out of the wheel. You're getting out of that. You're just holding stable space. And you are bringing that. It's a 42, which is peace, balance, and harmony, integration. So you're holding that space. It's like they're saying you don't have to keep turning that wheel. You're just there. I won't say any more about that. Vega. So I did do a galactic card for you. 71, homing beacon. Vega, future. So yeah, you're like that beacon. You're a beacon of light. And the image I saw was just this brilliant sun. You're a beacon of light. Someone in spirit saying you've outwitted the cycle. You've outwitted the cycle. So you're not in a cycle. You've stepped free of the cycle. And that 71 represents that. The 7 represents that connection to yourself, your divinity, your God source, and the 1 represents your own path on it, your own freedom to be you. You're independent in the sense that you don't need that outside. You don't need the outside distractions, the affirmations per se. You don't need to follow. You're connected here, and that's bringing forth an 8, which is abundant you to be lived in this physical realm. So if you've got the Vega, I just want to look that up. for the future. I don't know what it is, but by looking at this, it is, let me just read it intuitively. To me, it looks like a bird. Rainbow bird, just showing you that you are aligned. All your chakra colors are alive. They're activated. They're open. And the bird represents that freedom. But the bird isn't flying. The bird's feathers are down. So you're holding that space. You're holding that space. You can fly, but instead you're just kind of holding that space and you're being in that state. And then where I see the beak, I see a sun. I see all of these light rays. You're just illuminating. You're illuminating light without moving. You're illuminating light by just being in your stillness. But let's see here. And then I'm going to need to go get some water. I'm losing my voice now. All right, I'll pull this. 71 Vega. All right. In ancient days, the vegan mystics developed their practices as a way to always connect with source. Well, you just said you were doing a practice, so this makes sense. Eventually, they no longer needed the spiritual technology or spiritual processes to make the connection. That's exactly what I was feeling on this card. You're out of the cycle. You didn't need that outside. You're just, it's all integrated. It's all, oh my God, this is awesome affirmation for this card. This one here, this meaning. They felt the source within them at all times. You too have this ability deep within you. Learn to be quiet. Learn to quiet the mind through breathing and meditation, in your case, fasting. The feeling of the connectedness to source will grow and grow until it permeates every bit of your life. If you need help, ask the ancient vegan mystics to help you. This time stream represents the vegan culture after they healed their greatest challenges as a young species. So you are holding the healed species. You are holding the healed energy already. So it's like you are a future galactic. You came here to hold that knowing power as a light, as a beacon, to hold that space for others, even though it's still all you, but for that experience. Wow. The prison of the Lyra cosmology, the vegans were the species who retain their memories and connections to source. The system of mysticism is well known throughout the galactic family and has influenced countless civilizations. They retain their energetic memory. Their memory acts as a homing beacon, proverbial light in the darkness that realigns them when they lose their way. Well, that's Master Light blasting at its best, allowing the darkness to realign you. And that's what I was feeling with this image right here. In the darkness, you're able to just splice through it and open up that portal of light. Yeah, absolutely, Moon. This is like perfect for you. It is only when beings get distracted by the physical reality that they believe they've gotten lost. Yeah, you were never lost anyways. It's just unbelievable. Find true north and trust it. This card could also be affirming that you are already strongly tapped into this skill, which that's where I read it. I don't believe you're on that cycle. You're off it. God, ability to reconnect to source, higher self, God, whatever term you wish to use, to denote the intelligent force in the universe unifies all. Yeah, it's like for a lack of better way to say it, it's like you've arrived and you're just holding that. It's like you're a futuristic galactic, even though there is no time. This is just symbology. You've come here to hold that space of a healed nation, of a healed world. And you chose that. Your soul chose it for that experience. What does it feel like to be that light, to be that beacon for others? And so everybody else are still part of your co-contract creation. You chose that to see what that experience was like, even though you're multidimensional. Your soul came to see what that experience would be like. You did not forget. You came remembered. Remembered. All right, I'm losing it now. Very beautiful moon. Oh, it also means you need to hydrate yourself. You said, oh, yeah. So I'm getting a little plugged here. And I've been on for a while. I didn't even realize, a couple hours. So yeah, and I haven't drank. So yeah, I get tight, and my vocal cords get tight. So I need to hydrate. So we all need to hydrate. Drink some light water, guys. All right, you guys are so awesome. 4 plus 2 is 6. Um, did I say 7 earlier? Oh, well, yeah, it is 6. I think I said harmony and peace and balance. This one was 8. But yeah, this is the state of being when we are living our naturally aligned state in the moment of now, connected to our source, integrated without the illusion of separation. This is total peace and balance and harmony. And then this, when we're in that state, we are abundant. And we're always abundant regardless, because we create anyways. None of us are victims. We just create that illusion. All right, guys. Thank you. Yes, it is natural. I am surrounded by so many beacons to help me shine. Oh yeah. Oh, and you love birds. Very beautiful. The sun that I saw too was amazing. What's standing out also, this little thing here, see it looks like almost, I don't know what it is, like a little blade. It looks to me, this little thing here looks like the same blade in here. So it's almost like cuts through like the darkness has no effect on you. The density has no effect. When you come across it, you allow it to help you to remember you. And that's what the whole fun label of Master Light Blaster is. We allow the darkness to activate our light, to bring us to help us to remember. Multidimensional, very multidimensional. Fusion, thank you for that word, because when my throat gets tight, I can't even think and talk. Fusion, that's perfect word, Moon. All right, guys. I appreciate you. I love you. You guys are awesome. You're all Master Light Blasters. If anyone else made a donation, I will, and I didn't see it, I will, I always give you a recording and I'll send it to you. All right, guys. And I'm going to give myself a little bit of a break. So I'll be back at the Masters at 7:30. Holy crap. I think there's going to be a lot to say in the group. And may y'all shine with the entirety of all the love and light that you are. Shoo.